Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Mermaid Mystic Magic channel. If you're here on YouTube or Substack, today I've got a quick video teaching you a ritual using tarot to help you release what you want to get rid of in your life and call in what you want to welcome into your life with the new moon. So if you're all ready to go, we'll just get started. If you want to grab a pen and paper to take notes, I recommend doing that. Otherwise, I'm just diving right in. So I love working with the waning moon, immediately followed by the new moon, in order to let go of something and call something in. When we release during the waning moon, we make space. And then during the new moon, we're calling in what we'd like to fill in that space. So it's a really powerful time for breaking cycles, endings, and new beginnings. And tarot is a wonderful tool to incorporate into your spell work. And here's how you can do it. So, two options. One, you can do a simple 2-card reading. So you can just ask your cards, what do I want to let go of with the waning moon? That's card 1. And card 2 could be, what seeds do I want to plant with the new moon? So we'll do a reading quickly as an example. If you want to ask for guidance, let's see, what are we releasing with the dark moon? What are we calling in with the new moon? Oh, very nice. So it looks like we are releasing the 10 of Wands, which is a sense of burden, which is feeling like you have to do everything, which is like you feeling like you put in so much work and you're never getting the squeeze. The juice is not worth the squeeze. This is a sense of feeling isolated, burnt out, overburdened. This is like heavy. But then we are calling in the Page of Cups. So a sense of playfulness, being able to see the world through the eyes of wonder, strong intuition, messages in your dreaming. We see the fish hopping out the cup there. That's a sign of the spirit guides talking to you, of receiving messages in your dreams and visions. This is also a sign of new love or renewed energy in love. So if this reading resonates with you, if not, no worries, you're going to do this yourself. But yeah, there's a sense in the 10 of Wands that just like life feeling like so heavy, we're ready to cut that out, or feel like you're not getting enough assistance, everything's always on your back, burnout, like we said, and you're ready in the new moon to call in this sense of like love and wonder, connection, creativity, and a refreshed kind of feeling in romance and friendships. Now, if that doesn't work for you, no worries, this is just a demonstration. But you see, it's just 2 cards. The first card is, what am I releasing? The second card is, what am I calling in? Now, if you'd rather, what you could do is go through the deck and pick a card that represents what you want to let go of. Like, let's say you have a very clear idea of what you want to let go of. Like, you're like, that's it. I want to let go of being bad with money. I want to let go of addiction. I want to let go of like these habits that are heavy and weighing me down. Well, then maybe you pick for yourself the devil. Like, you're just like, the devil perfectly represents what I know I want to get rid of. Fantastic. So then you can pull out the devil. And what you want to bring in, let's say you want to bring in the 9 of Pentacles. You know you want to bring in financial independence. You know you want to bring in the resources and confidence to build an authentic life that supports you, that you're really proud of, right? So then you could pull up the 9 of Pentacles. So you could do any card. So those are your 2 options to get started. You're either going to do a reading in which you pull a card to represent what you're letting go of, and a second to represent what you're calling in, or you will intentionally go through your deck to pick a card that represents what you're releasing and a card that represents the seeds that you are planting at this new moon. Now, you can break this ritual up into 2 parts, or you can do it all on the night of the new moon. So if you're doing it in 2 parts, what you're going to do is set aside time the day before the new moon. I mean, that's tomorrow from when I'm recording this video. If you're watching this at any point, this isn't just for this new moon in Cancer. This is a ritual you can do for any waning to new moon cycle. But I'd recommend doing them like release the night before the new moon, or like maybe 2 nights before. I like to do this one pretty close. Do what feels good for you though, but that's my recommendation. So you're going to set up space and you're going to pick your card. So let's say we're sticking with the devil. So you're going to create sacred space. So that will involve cleansing your space with herbs or essential oil spray or salt water or a singing bowl. Pick your cleansing modality. Lighting candles if you work with spirit guides, inviting them in. Sacred space according to your own practice. If you do not have a magical practice at this time, then what you want to do is you want to pick a space in which you will not be disturbed, that feels sacred, and you will want to cleanse it. And then ideally at least light a candle If a candle is not an option, you could burn some lovely incense, but you want to make it feel like a sacred space. And if you don't have a practice, I was just calling on your ancestors or your guardian angel, some kind of like positive protective force that resonates with you, to be with you for the ritual. Then you're going to take the card that represents what you want to get rid of, and just on a piece of paper, or you can look up the card online, like the Smith Rider-Waite, and like print off a picture of that tarot card. And then on the back of that, you can write down what you want to release. Like if you want to work with the imagery of that card, totally up to you. But either way, you're going to sit and you're just going to write. And you might know exactly what you want to release, so it's easy. You just jot down a few points, but you might kind of want to sit intuitively and just let it come up. Let it come up what wants to be released from you. So you're going to write one list that represents what you are releasing. You're doing this either a day or two before the new moon or all in one ritual on the new moon. So, excuse me. So you're releasing something. Then you're going to burn that list. So if you have a fireplace, you can throw it in there. If not, you just need like a little fireproof dish. Like I've got just a little cast iron cauldron. If you have a different type of dish, by all means, but you're putting a paper on fire in it, so just make sure it can handle that. And then you are going to burn the paper. And as the paper burns, really, like rituals and ceremonies, magic is about intention. Intention is so powerful. Like if you just kind of wrote the list and burnt it and your mind was on like, I don't know, Sex and the City, like not much would happen, right? When you set and you like write out that list, you're like, this is it. I'm getting rid of this. And you sit and you watch those flames and you're like, yes, it burns. That intention is going to make it much stronger. So you're going to burn that list. Now, what you are then going to do, and if this is all one ritual, you're just doing it next. If you've done this a day or two before, you're doing this on the day of or the night of the new moon. You're going to pick your card that represents what you are calling in. You are going to make another list. You are going to write everything in the present tense. So you don't say, I will create a life of independence that I'm proud of. You write, I am creating a life of independence that I'm proud of, or I have created a life of independence that I am proud of. You're going to write out what you want to create in association with this tarot card. Then what you are going to do is you are going to put this tarot card somewhere where you can regularly see it for the next lunar cycle. So until the next new moon. So that could be on your altar. You could take a picture of it and have it as the background on your phone. Those are like the places I would suggest, but you can get creative too. And that way, when you see the card, you're reminded of what you are bringing in, sending these messages to your subconscious. I am building this 9 of Pentacles life. So you're going to write that new list. If you want to get super witchy, you could like bless it with some kind of oil. So you could bless it with like abundance oil, success oil. And you definitely don't have to if that feels like overwhelming if you're very new to this. But for anyone who's dabbled in this world before, you could always bless the 4 corners of that paper and then a dot in the center. 5, right? The points of the pentagram, to bless your intention. The list you are going to put somewhere special. So again, you could put this list on your altar near the picture of the card or the actual card itself that represents what you're bringing in with the new moon. You could keep it in your wallet if you feel like you want to keep it close to you, or you could put it somewhere that means something to you. So if you are calling in, like 9 of Pentacles could be very entrepreneur cards. So you could put that list perhaps where you're doing a lot of your work. Or if you're calling in like more passion or romance, maybe you put the list under your pillow. So again, you can get creative, but you don't want other people to see this list. Magic's a really important part of secrecy is a really important part of keeping your spells potent. So you don't want like it framed and just like out there for anyone to read. So you want to be a little sneaky with where you put your list. Then on your next dark moon / waning moon, new moon, sit and notice what has changed. So when you let go of the devil, how have you noticed that has left from your life? Are there still some remnants? Because that happens, right? Like it can be a process to let go of things and to call new things in, to grow things. So the devil's like, you could be like, oh my God, I've totally cleared out so much. Or maybe you're like, wow, I really noticed that X, Y, and Z has been cleared, but I still feel like I need to do no. right? So at the next new moon, you can take stock and maybe you're fine tuning it. So let's say in the devil, you're like, wow, I really let go of these like overspending, but now I feel like I'm still stuck in kind of a four of cups mode. Like I feel kind of dissatisfied and bored. Well, maybe now we're fine tuning it. Maybe now you're going to burn the four of cups list that you make. And maybe you're going to reinforce the nine of pentacles. Like maybe you're just like, nope, this is it, I love it, I want to keep feeding this. Or perhaps you would pick a different tarot card, again because you've kind of fine-tuned it and finessed it. So you might find that you're like, okay, so you know what I realize I also really need is the Empress. I need more creativity, I need to love myself more, I need to be more present. That's really going to help me grow what I am growing. Alternatively, the next lunar phase might come up and you might be like, I'm good. And that's perfect. So you can see that you've got some options and you can tailor it to yourself. Okay, my friends? So really quick summary. You're going to either do a reading or pick a card, pick two cards that represents what you're letting go of and the new seeds you're planting. You're either going to do a ritual over 2 days or on 1 day, in which you write out the list of what you're releasing associated with the card you chose for that, and then burn the list, and then write a list of what you are creating, the seeds you're planting, what you're calling in, associated with the second card that you pulled or chose. You're going to take a picture of that card or put that card up on your altar. You are going to keep the list with you or put it somewhere special. And at the next dark new moon, so either like the dark moon right before the new moon or the day of the new moon, you're going to check in to see what has changed and if you feel like you need to amp up the ritual or redo it with the same cards or with different cards. Okay, my friends, I hope this is helpful for you. Happy new moon. May it just be super blessed and juicy. Thanks for being here.